Hello, everyone. How are you guys? Okay, so I didn't do an Ask Miranda yesterday on my blog, which I haven't been keeping up with my series, except for Internet Inspiration and what's the other one I have? Not even 5 Things Friday. I haven't been keeping up with it. I have to keep up with it, but this semester has been completely crazy, so bear with me on that. But yeah, Ask Miranda is usually every Wednesday, but Wednesdays are kind of weird days for me, so I think I'm going to make them Thursday now. Um, so yeah. Oh, and just fair warning, my computer goes to sleep periodically, so I have to keep re-entering the password. So just be aware of that if you see me look away from the camera and spontaneously start typing, it's because of that. So Ask Miranda, for those of you who don't know, is a segment on my blog that I started because I have a favorite blogger. Her name is Emily Schumann of Cupcakes and Cashmere, cupcakesandcashmere.com. And she is my favorite blogger in the entire world, and she has a segment on her blog called Ask Emily. And I really, really like that idea because people could ask me about, like, what's it like being in a chair, and more so questions pertaining to that nature of things. But I decided to expand it and have people ask pretty much anything of me, and I would answer it. And usually I get it through Tumblr because that's just easy. So if you have a question for me, of course you can tweet me at Casanova_writes and send me your question with the hashtag AskMiranda. And then you could do it on my Instagram, but that's a little difficult, I guess. But you can do it on my Instagram at Miranda Grace Casanova, and you could just comment and, let me know what your question is, and I will see if I can answer it. But right now, it's really much easier for people to do it through Tumblr, I'm noticing, because there's anonymity in terms of you don't have to put your name, which is fine, but all of the questions have been really sweet, so I don't understand why people don't put their names, because they're so sweet. So anyway, let's get started. So I got one question on my Tumblr in my Ask box that I actually wrote back to the person, so I didn't save it for the video, but I do want to answer it in the video. And that is, who inspires you right now and why? Well, first off, I'm inspired by so many different people on a daily basis. People, places, things. I'm just so inspired by just life and what it has to offer every single day. And I'm just so blessed. And I'm blessed with fantastic friends. I have great friends and I love them to death. But there's one in particular that I met last semester in my creative writing class that has just completely changed my life for the better. And that is McKenna Morgan, because I have trouble trusting people. As I'm sure we all have or do at some point in life. And for me, at being so confident, I do come off as confident to people, and sometimes that's a bit of a whoa, like they don't want anything to do with that, because sometimes I am a bit overpowering in my delivery of certain things. But McKenna she is my spirit animal. I literally love that girl to death. I would do anything for her. If she asked me to do something, I'd be right there. Because she has done the same for me, and she inspires me every day. She's hilarious. She inspires me every day to just love life and soak it all in and just be present and in the moment and just go for it and do it. And she makes really, really, like, funny looking faces and just completely she's a nut job sometimes, but I love her to death. I love, love, love her. Please hold. I love her to death. That's all I can say. She just is one of those people that when you're around her, you can't help but be happy. You are a happier person because you're around McKenna Morgan. I'm not even kidding you. It's crazy. She just has this light and this vigor and just it's crazy. I can't even put it into words, but she is seriously one of my best friends and I love her to death. So she inspires me on a daily basis and I love her so much and she's probably watching this and I hope that she likes it because I already sent her a text and did an Instagram post about this and the fact that, well, actually it was for a Throwback Thursday thing. So I put like a picture of us with our tongues hanging out and I said, oh, she's going to be on my blog soon. So here you are. You're on my blog. Next question is, what is the most expensive thing you have ever bought? Oh, my wheelchair, actually. It's cost about 7,000 or not it. No, like I'm totally guesstimating like $3,000. I don't know. I don't even know what the number is. But actually, I didn't pay for it per se. My insurance helped. It was great, but it's probably the most expensive thing I own, which I don't know if that's what you wanted the answer to the question to be, but that's my answer. That's my wheelchair, my Cadillac of wheelchairs. So that's that. And what's the next question? What do you do to... Oh. I saw your picture on Instagram. What do you do to get your hair that way? Okay, first of all, I would like everyone to notice, because people were like freaking out that I had gotten my hair done. It wasn't actually naturally that curly. I have really curly hair, man. And I have a lot of it. And I hate to do this, but I'm going to be one of those people that says, I do absolutely nothing to my hair except wash it every other day. I take advice from a blog that I read a while back from a hair stylist that said that you wash it every other day because if you wash it more than, like, something with, like, drying it out. I don't know. Oh, and there's a second part to your question, dear Anon. Sorry. Okay, can't read that. Oh. And the second part, so I don't do anything to my hair. This is all natural. I actually just washed it tonight, so this is my hair in all its long, really long glory. Second part of your question is, have you ever done anything crazy to it? I wouldn't say getting a Brazilian blowout is crazy, because that's the only thing I've ever done. I have what they call virgin hair. This is my natural hair color. It's black. I've never... Wait! No, I'm lying. I'm a liar. I should be sued. I'm lying to my followers. I've dyed my bangs. I had I'm going to tell you a story, and it's really embarrassing, and you can make fun of me all you want. It's fine, because I make fun of myself for it, because I was really stupid when I made this decision. So, when I was in, like, 4th or 5th grade, I thought I was so cool. Like, literally, like, the coolest person on the planet. And I was the biggest dork face ever to walk the earth. And I saw one of my friends who had dyed her bangs. She had, like, the side swept bang. I don't know if that's what it's called. Side swept bang? I don't know. I don't know anything about hair. But she had her bangs dyed a different color than the rest of her hair. And I thought that that was like the coolest thing I had ever seen in my entire life. And I told my mom, I was just like, Mom, I want to dye my hair. Or my bangs. And she was like, no, you're not doing that, Miranda. You're not doing that. And so I did the next best thing, and I went to my dad. And I said, Dad, I want to dye my bangs. So we go to this salon because, of course, my dad, he'll do anything for me. At the time when I was younger, he would. I had him wrapped around my little finger. He took me to a salon to get my bangs dyed right here, and I dyed them blonde. It was great for like the first week or two. 3 weeks. I'll give myself 3 weeks. And then whatever they put in that dye, it started turning orange. And I had orange highlights in my hair. And I was just, like, it was just disgusting. And I was so ashamed of myself. And I wanted to put a bag over my head and hide my hair because I hated it. And so, thankfully, I have an aunt on my mom's side of the family that does hair. So she graciously took the highlights out of my hair, put a more like raspberry tone in my hair, and I still have it to this day. And yeah, so after that whole fiasco went down and I completely looked like, I don't know, like I was having an identity crisis, I decided that I love my hair the way it is. I'm never going to do anything to it except straighten it and curl it, even though I don't really need to curl it because, look. Yeah, so that kind of taught me a lesson of what not to do with my hair. So that's the only really crazy thing that I've done with my hair. Other than that, nothing. So, yeah, so I don't do anything to it to make it this curly. It just is naturally that way. I use an anti-frizz shampoo, which was working an hour ago, but I have frizz still. So, yeah, so that's my hair story and my hair. I actually really love my hair. It's one thing about myself that I just am so excited about is my hair because I love my hair and it's getting kind of long, so I'm going to have to cut it. But yeah, I've never really done anything crazy to it besides, the time where I decided to be a weirdo and get highlights for my bangs. And that's pretty much it. So I'm sorry if that wasn't informative on how to get my hair. I just don't really know what I do. It just kind of ends up that way. Next question is, oh, it's a Lady Gaga question. What do you think of the criticism surrounding her right now, and do you think she's fallen from grace? How do I put this without offending anybody? People need to stop. Like, literally stop. I think we have way too much time on our hands that we're worrying about one person who probably doesn't even know who most of us are. Am I still a Lady Gaga fan? Yes. Do I think that she's at the level that she was when she first started out? Of course not. She's not a new artist anymore. People are used to her. She's not, new. People are expecting her to come out with, like, these extravagant things and just be like she was before. But part of being an artist is being evolutionary and evolving and changing your art and changing your message to a certain extent. She has done that. And I don't think people really realize that. And I'm not saying this as a fan because I'm taking that bias out of it. I'm saying it as just a person who's observing. I feel like we all go through changes, and I feel like she's going through a stage where, yes, she's wearing normal clothes. What a concept. She's wearing normal clothes. It's like, it's amazing to me that people have this huge problem with her wearing pretty dresses and heels and just being normal. I like the normal Gaga. Do I like the crazy Gaga that does all the, dressing up and stuff? Yeah, I mean, Gaga, hello, that's her trademark. That's what she came on this earth doing, is wearing those crazy outfits and being nuts. But, like I said, it's an evolution. What do I think of the critics? I don't really pay attention to the critics. Sorry, I don't pay attention to the criticism. I feel like to each his own. You're allowed to have your opinion. Do I think that sometimes your opinion can be wrong? Yeah. I feel like people see it. Then again, we're seeing it from the perspective of the general public. We're not seeing it. We're not inside her head, and I think if I was inside her head, I'd die, because I really don't know how she comes up with the stuff that she does. I just don't. Do I feel like she's at the same level that she was when she first started out? No. But that's because she's not a new artist, and but she's still here. She's still doing number one. She got the number one album. I don't know what people want. I guess they want, like, I don't know, parting of the Red Sea, and, for there to be explosions in space, and just, her to just defy all the odds. But it's not going to be that way. The way I see it is, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. And part of being a creative person and releasing something, whether it be a book, speaking from my point of view, or like Gaga, music, people are going to love it, people are going to hate it, but you put work into it, and that's all that matters. You put work into it, you released it, you got it out there. People, no matter what, are going to love it, even if it's just one or two people. So I don't get the criticism. I don't understand it. The stuff that I have heard, I don't get it. I don't understand why there's this microscope on this person who, yes, you know what, when she first started out, she was the one that everybody was talking about. And now it's turned to Miley, which I have nothing against Miley, but it's turned to Miley, which is fine. Part of being in this business is knowing when to step down. And Gaga, she's not done. She's not done doing what she wants to do. She's still making albums. She's going on tour. I'm going on June 2nd. Hello. I'm very excited about that. But if she wants to tone it down and she wants to dress normally, and she, releases a lukewarm album, at least when I say lukewarm to the critics, which honestly, who cares about the critics? It's about the people that buy your album. That's how the money is made. Then fine. She has a right to do that. She's had her number ones. She's had her, Grammys, and she's not over yet. She's not over. People want to say that she's over. No, she's not. And I'm not saying that as a fan. I'm saying that as an actual person who sees this in her own life. She's not over. She's here. People need to deal with it and let it go. Like in Frozen, let it go. Okay. Next question is, what is one thing that you miss from your youth? If you're talking youth, like 10 to 15, 16, I really got nostalgic over MySpace, y'all. Like, I really did. I miss designing profiles, and, like, I would spend so much time, like, perfecting it and making sure it was, like, pretty and I wanted the perfect background and I'd change it every week because I was so indecisive. And then you'd have those little things where you could post a bulletin. It would be those little surveys where they'd ask you, like, who's the last person you kissed? Have you had sex? Like, they would ask you, like, really personal questions. You'd just be like, what? And people would, like, hack your profile, which I had a really bad experience with that. But anyway, that's a different story. People would hack your profile and, like, your best friends would write, oh, I love you, in one of the boxes. And then you'd have the about me where you could, personalize it and do stuff. And then you had the music thing where every time you came on someone's profile, you could play the music and it'd play. I don't know why you'd want to listen to a song just to go on. I don't know. It was crazy, man. It was one of the best times of my life. I remember, the top 8, or I think you could change, but I think it was top 8. And I know that, like, I was obsessed, and this is, like, shameful of me to admit, but I was obsessed with having, like, the same 3 people have me as their number 1. If I wasn't their number 1, like, I'd literally text them and be like, why am I not number 1? I'm number 2. Or I'm number 3. I was really pathetic during those times, but I got my MySpace when I was in 8th grade, so that was kind of a pathetic time for me. So yeah. What is your favorite social media outlet? Besides my blog? Tumblr. I'm obsessed with Tumblr. I love it. Follow me. authorintheflesh.tumblr.com. What is the best thing about having clear skin? Okay, this is my favorite question. Whoever asked this, thank you. What is the best thing about having clear skin? Everything. 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 Everything about having just everything. You're so much more confident. You feel prettier. You don't feel like a slob. You don't feel like oily and greasy all the... Oh, just fantastic. It's just the best feeling in the world. Actually, people were asking me, like, they were saying, oh, well, your face is still kind of red. Yeah, the redness, actually, though, has gone down tremendously because when I was in 8th grade, I had, like, craters on my face. Like that Lorde song, Craters Like the Moon. Literally, that's what was on my face. Is craters of just acne and eruptions and just, like just pimples everywhere. And then I would have to carry... Another story. I would have to carry a tissue around with me. And I remember one of my not so nice friends that I had in middle school, who's in my book, but I didn't use her real name. I came to school one day and I would make my mom, like, I look like Tammy Faye Baker. No one knows who that is. Google her. I would literally have my mom cake the makeup on. Even in high school. And even if it was like a minimum day, where you like came to school at like 8:30 and then got out at like 10. Yeah. If I was going to be in school for only like 1 hour, I wanted to have makeup on my face because people were going to see my acne. And so I'd make my mom like cake the makeup on, use the concealer, do everything. But at the time, my acne was like a deep purple. So it didn't matter if I put makeup on or not. You could still see it because it was purple. And the foundation that I put on would bring it out more. Whereas now, yes, I'm red, but I can cover that up. And it's a fabulous, fabulous feeling. And shout out to Dr. Feldman because she's amazing. That's my dermatologist. She's amazing. And I love her to death. I think that I owe her, like, I'm going to buy her something. Because she just, like, completely changed my life. So anyway, so, I mean, the best thing I think is just my confidence is, And like with that story that, oops, I never finished. That girl, who I will not name, I came to school one day and I always had these tissues on me so that if one of my zits popped, I could wipe it off. And I just, that's what I had to do. And because my eruptions and my acne were so deep that at any time, something could happen. So, I came to school and I had the makeup on. I was so happy and like, woo. Because like I loved my face and I thought I looked pretty. And then at the time, my friend, she looked at me and she goes, "Your face is orange." And I was like, "What?" And at the time, I had had so much bronzer on that like I did look orange. And it wasn't my mom's fault. It was just my fault because I wanted to like keep putting it on. And I had put it on. And so I get to school and I'm sitting there and she says, "You look orange." And I was just like, "Okay." And then she like looked at me and she's like, "Ew, one of your zits popped." And if you have ever had acne or you still have acne or you know how it feels, it sucks. It sucks. It sucks so bad when somebody says one of your zits popped and people notice it and there's other people, not just that person who noticed it, around you and they're laughing at you. Because that's what happened. Because luckily I had a tissue and it was oily and just, ugh. And I was just so embarrassed and just, it was just a horrible, horrible time for me. And I'm just so glad to be out of the acne phase. I'm really happy with that. So that's my answer to that question. I love not having acne and I love this newfound confidence. Next question is, and probably the last one, wait, can't read that, sorry. It's scrolling, so sorry, hang on. Who is your favorite designer and what are your favorite stores? Okay, the questions are on point tonight. I love these questions. My favorite designer is Kate Spade. Definitely Kate Spade. Love Kate Spade. Will probably want Kate Spade to adopt your girl. She needs to, because I would be her biggest cash cow. So anyway, Kate Spade, y'all. Kate Spade, y'all. Stores I shop at: Free People, Urban Outfitters, Dolce Vita, I believe. Dolce Vita, Topshop. What else? Anthropologie sometimes, not all the time. Forever 21 for certain things, not everything. And actually, I shop Lauren Conrad's collection. So that's where I get some of my clothes too. And yeah, so those are some of the stores. That's not really a long list, but that's usually where I go. Urban, Anthropologie, Dolce Vita online, ModCloth for some of my dresses, modcloth.com, and Forever 21 for certain things. And then Kate Spade is my favorite designer. So yeah, so thank you for all the questions. I loved them and I had so much fun. And I will be back next week on Thursday preferably to answer more. Remember, just drop a line in my ask box and just ask the question and I will get to it and I will answer it and you will be good. My Tumblr is authorintheflesh.tumblr.com. My Instagram is at Miranda Grace Casanova, MirandaGrace ACECASANOVA. Don't ask me why my Instagram name is so freaking long. And Twitter. At capital CASANOVA underscore capital WRITES. I could have just said at Casanova Writes, but people always say I can't find you, but I'm there. So just type it in with Casanova Writes is capitalize the Casanova and capitalize the Writes and just put an underscore in the middle. And then, yeah, so that's pretty much it. And make sure to follow along on my blog, www.mirandacasanova.com, and follow along on my YouTube, and you can access that through my blog. And that's where this video will be. So thank you guys so much for reading. I love, sharing stuff with you guys. My voice is about to go out because I'm kind of sick. But I love you guys. Thank you so much for the support. You guys are awesome. Alright, I'll be back next week with more answers to your question.